Happy Sunday, everybody. I'm over here walking my dog, who's dragging me right now. And yesterday I rode 38.5 miles on my bike on the Legacy Trail. So I will be posting that video later on this week. I have to edit all the footage, but it's just a lot of footage of Oscar Scherer State Park and me crying on park benches because my knee was killing me. Everything was hurting so bad, but I did it. So that will be out later this week. But today I've got some good thrifting at my neighborhood Goodwill for you. And it's my grandfather's birthday today, so we're having a little family party. So happy birthday, Gramps. I love my family and I love everyone who watches this video. So thank you if you're watching, and God bless. I just let a balloon go by accident in Publix. And I just screamed like S-H-I-T without even thinking. And I like jumped to try to catch it.
Hi, I'm Lindsay McCaskey of Gulf Coast Vintage and Thrift. I live in Bradenton, Florida. I work in Sarasota, Florida in the real estate industry. This here is Daisy the Dingo. She is the best girl ever. Anyway, even though I don't know what I'm talking about half the time, I love to sit down and talk to you all about one of my passions, which is vintage and thrifting. It comes with the territory. So come with me while I thrift and score some beautiful clothing, mid-century glass and decorative items, furniture that has a boho flair, and art. After a successful thrift haul, I take the items home and I photograph them for my eBay store, where I'm finally starting to see some profits. I sell mid-century glass, mid-century decorations, and mid-century clothes is my specialty on my eBay store, and occasionally an antique from the 1800s. Thank you so much for watching my channel, and I hope that God blesses you and your family.
We're here and I'm so excited. I have not been to this Goodwill in 2 weeks. It's my neighborhood Goodwill. I usually come here like 3 or 4 nights a week, but I haven't been here in a long while.
So this week I headed straight to the back to my favorite aisle, which is the knick-knack aisle. On my way, this vintage beaded silk shirt caught my eye. I believe these shirts are made in India and they're just so intricate. Okay, they had this priced at $24.99 and I did not end up buying it, and I was unable to look it up in the store because I had no sales reception. But it looks like it may have been Murano glass worth hundreds of dollars, so I probably should pick that up. I always find those little vintage lovebirds. And then this is either Indiana glass or carnival glass. I really love the iridescent color, but they had them priced a little too high for me. And these were some Sarasota coasters with the famous statue that we have over at Bayfront Park. This was a gorgeous piece of coral. It was in great condition. They're selling it for $14.99. Not too bad. Coral actually costs a lot of money. I find a bunch of tropical looking pieces, so it makes me think that somebody cleaned out their entire set. Because here we've got a coral resin dish, which I really loved, but as you can see, it had that chip on the top. And they were asking, I can't read that upside down, but I'm looking at a tiny screen right now on my phone, so I could not see that price tag. But with the chip, I just thought that was too high, so I left it. But it looked like this went with it. So it was a really beautiful set. That was only $4.99, not too bad. These little porcelain sleeping kitties, so cute. I always see stuff like this at Goodwill. It's just Must have been very collectible back in the day. Here's something I don't find too often at Goodwill is Jim Shore pieces. I love Halloween and I really liked this piece. It was just so detailed and fun, but they wanted $24.99 for it. And then somebody had donated their entire ceramic Buddha set. They were selling each piece individually. And then this was just a really beautiful crystal swan. Oh, well, just glass, crystal glass. I would have bought that to sell, but I didn't think it would make it in the mail. And then these were actually sea urchins that were dried out and somebody dyed pink. Usually when I see things like that, I'll pick it up because they're so interesting and one of a kind. I don't know what this thing is. Something you put on your desk to put your stationery on? I'm not sure if it's just a statue, but that was a heavy piece of marble. And then the metal cherry blossoms are so beautiful. I almost bought that. I see people's seashell collections all the time. Everyone who lives in Florida has a drawer full of seashells like this. I know I do. That was a pretty good deal for all those. I bet the person bought them at Lido Beach. This was a cute little Pottery Barn collectible plate. I've actually never watched that movie. I know it's a classic. I should check it out. And I really liked this piece of pottery plate with the parrot. Very colorful. It looked like a souvenir from maybe somewhere abroad. It was unmarked on the bottom, but that was really colorful and fun. This just brought me back to middle school where I was forced to we all had to learn how to play an instrument, so I chose the recorder. I never learned how to read music. This was a pretty little bird, but the beak was broken off, and they wanted $7.99 for that, but it was very pretty. This pirate has been here for almost a month. I keep looking at it every time I go in there, but I'm not paying $24.99, even though he's really cool. This was a beautiful cut piece of glass with a hummingbird and a flower motif. Pretty little gift for somebody. I love these things. I know they used to make windows and doors out of these glass blocks. All right, I know cottagecore is really trending right now on eBay. Does it get any more cottagecore than these pillars with roses and their bookends? They were $9.99. I had that in my cart for the longest time. Okay, I did buy this iridescent lion. What caught my eye is that it was made in Brazil. You don't find things like that very often that are made in Brazil. So I ended up buying that. Can someone please explain to me what this is? Was this a gag gift? Did somebody make a trophy, a custom-made trophy? I thought about picking that up for my dad as a prank gift. I don't know. This was a really pretty glass cat, and they asked $6.99 for it, but the tail was broken off. Everything I found at Goodwill today was broken, and they priced things pretty high considering it was broken. This was just a cute little kind of farmhouse style wall hanging, but it was a newer item, not vintage like I thought. And I think this is one of those clay piggy banks where you put the money in and then you break it open when the person turns 18 or something like that. Am I making this up or is that a tradition? But it was made in China. It looks like it was handmade. It was really cute. And then I really liked these slate trays. You can do so much with those. They were $2.99 each. I know people use them to make cheese boards. I thought those were pretty. I put them in my cart, but I did not end up buying them. All right, I bought this. Anything that's old and rusty like this, I will buy. I can't tell if it's actually old or if they just made it look old, but I bought that. That was really cool. And this crystal dolphin was in really good shape. I keep finding dolphin stuff everywhere, so I'm starting to think maybe dolphins are trending. I don't know, or is it just because I live in Florida? I recognize this right away. They sold these at Anthropology and they were really, really popular and they cost like $45. I always wanted one, but I wasn't going to spend 45 bucks on one. I ended up putting it back so it had a chip on the flower. This was just a really interesting vase, but it felt like it was made out of plastic. And then I really liked this piece of pottery. Someone made that from hand and it was just really unusual. This was like the only reasonably priced set that I found in Goodwill today. Just really cute little hurricane lanterns or candle holders, hurricane style, with the palm trees. I didn't buy them because they'd be too hard to ship. I loved this leaf wall hanging. If there had been two, I would have bought that because that's really unusual. And I really loved that. I've been having really good luck with these Hollywood Regency style candle holders that hang on your wall. They're really popular and they're so expensive if you try to buy them new. So it's always a good thing to buy if you see it at Goodwill because you can make some money off of them. This was a really cool little brass, I'm not sure what this is, like a trinket tray, or maybe this was a lantern top. I didn't end up buying that, but I liked that it had the eagle. These were just new. They were kind of flimsy and cheaply made, so I left those. This was the find of the day. I was so excited to find these. These were like heavy metal, brutalist design with the flowers, and they're candle holders and you hang them on your wall. They're just so unique. I really was excited to find those, and they were priced at $5.99, and they were both there in good shape. So I noticed that Goodwill, all of their end caps are now new items. They took out all the secondhand items and put all of their new items. I mean, is Goodwill trying to be the new Dollar Tree? I don't understand. This was a really pretty set. It had no marking on the bottom. I have no idea who makes this. And then I thought these little plates were so cute, these little piggy plates. Each one, I went to the University of Arkansas, so anything like with pigs on it just reminds me of our school mascot, which was the Razorback. These, I don't know, maybe I should have picked these up and sent them to my friend who still lives in Arkansas. She is hog wild. But if I sent her something secondhand, I don't think she'd be too happy. Okay, yes, so they sell these new at Walmart, so I'm glad I didn't buy them. This was such a cool find. I did some research on this when I got home, and it's from the 1960s. But I almost didn't pick it up because it looks so gross and kind of dirty on the outside. But when I opened it, I found out that it's like a little shopping list, and you just tab over on the things that you need, and then you just put it in your purse and take it with you to the grocery store. I got very excited about this at first because some of these can go for a lot of money. It is a Dutch oven, but it's shaped like a pumpkin, which is so cute. If it had been Staub or La Cruette, I'm not pronouncing that correctly, La Cruette, those are worth hundreds of dollars, but this one is not, but I didn't find that out until later. But I put it, anything that I'm not sure about, I just put it in my cart, and then I'll weed through my cart at the end of the shopping trip. Okay, I loved this. This was such a gorgeous rug, and I love bohemian style. This thing was huge. $99 is actually a really good deal. I love, love, love that rug. This was a vintage scale that I found. Again, I don't have Wi-Fi or cell reception inside of this Goodwill, so you cannot look anything up. You're just in a dead zone. So I wasn't sure if I'd found something really, great, like an antique or something at first. So I did put it in my cart, And then I thought this was just a really pretty Pier 1 style basket. It looks like it's made in India, and I love how they wove the metal. They kind of braided that in there. Someone put their trash in there. I think they wanted like $15 for this though, $12.99, something like that. So I didn't buy it, but that's just such a cute little piece if you're into boho style. And this was a gorgeous modern style coffee table. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful piece. I am telling you guys, I'm starting to think maybe I'll try to sell at flea markets on the weekends, because I could totally sell this piece of furniture at a flea market. It just kind of kills my soul to leave pieces like this behind. Look how beautiful and one of a kind that is. They had more mid-century chairs. This is the place to go if you need mid-century chairs. I thought this piece of art was really interesting. Someone just put little wooden blocks on the frame. They had a marble end table, really pretty little vintage piece, but it was cracked, which maybe not that big of a deal, but which is probably why they had it priced so low. And I'm starting to see these everywhere. These antique needlepoint chairs are coming back, or they're coming out. I'm seeing them all over the place now. I thought that was a really pretty cabinet. I just love the art at Goodwill. They really have great pieces of art. Not necessarily the frames, but you can always reframe things. All right, now I'm back into the clothing area. This just like screamed boutique to me, but I wasn't sure what that brand was. But I probably should have picked that up because they're selling it for $5.99, and her stuff goes from $30 to $180. And then I found these pants by Anthropologie for $5.99, so I bought those. This was a cute vintage dress. I didn't buy it. Some of my vintage dresses are just kind of sitting, and people are very picky about the patterns and the colors, so I thought that might be a little too loud. And then this looked like another boutique style dress. I love the color blocking, and it was like a linen type of material, so it felt more high end. I didn't buy it. They do sell for around $30 to $40 on eBay. And then this was a J. Jill brand shirt dress. Really cute color. I love the diamond embroidery, the pattern that's on there. And I know that's a good brand. My friend she loves J. Jill. $5.99 for that shirt, so I bought that. Okay, my cart was so full. I was just dreading. I knew I had to go to the back of the store to weed stuff out. All right, I found this sequin Rachel Zoe blazer. I didn't buy it. Again, I probably should have, because it looks like they go for around $55. That was new with tags though. And oh boy, me and my colors. I found this shirt, a little crop top, and what intrigued me was, well, beside the mermaid type colors, was this tag. I've never seen this brand before, and I'm trying to research what it is. Okay, this is a vintage sweater. It had no tags. I bought this sweater. It was $5.99. Recently I bought a piece of woven, it was like a woven tunic from South America, and it was embroidered with bright colors. And I bought it for $5.99, and it sold for like $35. Okay, I'm hiding these two items. Does anyone else do this? Please don't. Please don't come at me for this. But I didn't have any reception in there, so I hid these items, and I went out into my car and I Googled them to find out if they were worth paying $15.99 each for them. Oh, this is what I ended up buying. And then, yeah, I went to the car to research how much those items were worth.
Okay, I did the right thing in not buying those 2 items. Whew! Now I feel kind of bad that I like hid them under a bunch of baskets, but probably shouldn't have done that.